See? One, two, three, and here we go, I believe. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tell It Like It's Art. This is Luca Sacher, and our guest today, Sofia Schutte. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thank you
Welcome.
so much, Luca, for having me here.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So, Sofia, you and I know each other for a few years. You were an even younger violinist back then, but you were already very good. And now you've graduated from your undergrad,
Yes.
and you are doing your master's. Tell me, how are you doing?
A little bit more. Okay, so I think we met like before going into my senior year of college.
That is true.
Um, yeah, so that year was right before the pandemic, right before 2020. And that was very stressful. Like if anyone's gone through audition season, it's crazy. And then after the pandemic, well, I got into San Francisco Conservatory, so I'm currently there. Began my
Nice.
master's. Yeah, yeah, super exciting. But I had to do it online, remotely
Yeah.
from Costa Rica. Yeah.
Wow. So, did you even get to like go and or not even
Well, I
once?
I visited because
Okay.
I wanted to have a lessons with my teachers or like prospective teachers before making any decisions.
Of course.
And I went for like 2 days and had a lesson with my current teacher, and it was great. But I barely had any chance to visit the city.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. But so this year though, that just didn't. Hey, you knew from the start that you were gonna be promoted, and that was that, right? Hoping that next year.
yes.
Uh,
So I wasn't sure what to do for the first semester, fall semester.
uh,
Um, my parents were like, "No, like you're staying. You're not gonna go to California where it's like really bad."
it was.
Um, yeah. And basically, like, I mean, I don't regret anything. I actually a lot of really good opportunities came out of staying here. So
Yeah,
I'm
like
actually
what? Tell us.
tell you. Okay,
Tell
so
us.
I was able to complete a project that my duo was planning. So we gave a recital at one of
Mm,
the most beautiful and I don't know prettiest um, and historical places in here in Costa Rica, the National Theater, which was had a hell of a lot of planning. Like
I
when
bet.
you're in school, they don't tell you, they don't teach
No.
you how to like plan your own projects and stuff. Like it's all practice, practice, practice. But
Mm,
there's a lot of planning going on in the behind the scenes of any concert.
yes.
Um, Other than that, I got called for an audition here at the National Symphony Orchestra, and I won
Yes.
it.
Amazing. That's
Right?
very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that
Congratulations.
thank you, Luca.
Yeah.
That was in December. So if I had been in San Francisco, well, of course that wouldn't have happened. So
That wouldn't have
I
happened.
think, yeah, it had a lot of ups and downs 2020 in
Yeah.
general, but it ended up being good. Yeah.
Yeah, I always like asking people, well, it's not that I always like, but sometimes I ask people how, the first quarantine was for them, because it was, I think, a very profound moment for everybody, right?
Mhm.
And I will say, most friends of mine, for whatever reason, did benefit from that first stop, just complete stop, myself included.
Yeah.
And so, how did you feel? Because you also were, I mean, you have to be a little bit. We all are have to be a little bit like machines, right? When we
Yeah.
work through music school, just because we know we have to practice this much, we know we have so much to learn. We don't know. And so going from there, and then when it's not that, you're still, of course, practicing when you're not in school. It's not like you practice for school, right?
Yeah.
And so going from that rhythm
To a
to
full
nothing,
stop.
how was it for you?
Um, so I handled it well, I think, but also it was interesting to see week to week
Uh,
what my mind was processing. So at the beginning, well, no one really truly knew that it was going to be
no.
like so long, right?
Mm.
At the beginning, it was like, oh, it's just 15 days of quarantine. And you're like,
Yes.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
Like extended spring break. That's
Yeah.
that's what it was at the beginning for me.
Right.
But then when it like grew longer and longer, for me, I had to stay active. I felt
Uh,
like if I didn't do anything, I was like wasting my life for some reason.
mm.
Like in my brain, I had to like get ready for the day, even if I wasn't gonna go out anywhere. I had to like put on like jeans or something. I couldn't stay in sweatpants, and I had to practice, of course.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, it
No.
was well, it was good in a way because I still had lessons with Sally, with my teacher at the
Ah.
time.
Right.
And it was tough because she would make you record and record the whole
Ooh.
piece. So
Ooh.
the amount of repertoire that I got ready so fast during quarantine, it was great. And I was practicing like 6 hours a day. My, of course, like don't ask, my neck hurt all day, but peanuts. Um, that's okay.
That
Uh,
is okay.
and
Wow.
like,
But yeah, but you've always struck me like a person that not only works a lot but also enjoys working because I enjoy working. Like I enjoy
yeah,
practicing, and I think that if you're a musician who doesn't enjoy practicing, you're gonna have it really hard, especially
yeah,
in your teens and 20s when we really have to get all that work done. But yeah, so always active. Is that when you started being more active on social media? Because you got a whole following.
yeah, yeah.
You're famous. You're like
I wouldn't say that. I'm niche famous,
niche
I would
famous.
say.
That's it. It's even better. You know?
Very small niche
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, I have this friend who's also very much into social media. He helped me a lot during those times. He is more into beauty and like makeup and stuff. And I was like, please teach me the ways, And he's
Teaching
like,
the
okay.
ways. Yeah. That's good.
And so we would like, sorry,
No, that's good, I said, yeah.
that's yeah, yeah. Especially because I mean, you have nothing else to do. You're secluded into like your tiny apartment, right, with
Yeah.
roommates.
Yeah. Oh, you had
Um,
roommates.
well,
Well,
yes and no.
okay.
So I I lived in an apartment with one other roommate, and she left for home. Like, she lived like 15 minutes away from campus, so she
Uh-huh.
just left. She was like, "No,
Wait, so
I
you were
can't
on
stand."
campus. I didn't get that. You were on campus when first quarantine happened. You stayed in
Yeah.
Minnesota. You right? Minnesota? No. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I
Wow.
quarantined there for like about 3 months, and I left at the end of May, beginning of June.
At the end of
And my
school.
parents were begging me. They were begging me to like come back to Costa Rica. I was like, no.
Wow.
I was, yeah.
But you see,
I was,
yeah. Go ahead.
sorry. So I was very, it was fine. I was finishing my senior year. I didn't want to like leave
Yeah.
before I had to leave,
Yes.
even because like I didn't get that graduation and
I
like
get it.
closure,
Yeah.
you know?
I do.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's real. Wow. Yeah, for some reason, because I was, I just figured that you also either had to, but no, a bunch of my friends were studying during that time, they all pretty much stayed. And just, wow. So anyway, you were talking about good projects before, and we actually have that clip. Was that the clip from, was the Boulanger
Yes.
that you guys recorded? That is a beautiful location, and I think our audience deserves to see it. What do you say?
course.
All right, do we want to say a couple things about the piece?
Yeah, okay, so it was recorded at the foyer of the National Theater, and it's with the duo Avila. We're a violin and piano duo with Ines Guanches and myself.
Hmm.
And Lily Boulanger was an amazing composer. She died young,
Very,
unfortunately.
yeah.
She was the youngest woman to win the Prix de Rome with one of her pieces. And this is, I think, if not the last piece she composed, one of the last pieces.
Mm.
And it's pretty, I wouldn't say impressionist, but it's very French sounding. It's not as contemporary as some of her other pieces.
Yeah, no, I agree because I listened a little bit and exactly. So let's play it, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So. This is my mic. Okay, we are back on with Sofia. Here we are, back on. Wow,
Hello.
that was a great piece. I did not know it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's thank Boulanger
Yeah,
actually for
let's do
composing.
that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Um,
Yeah.
and very, how would I say that? You and your pianist, Ines,
Hmm.
was that? Yeah,
Yes.
are
Yeah.
very passionate together. You know, affiatati, we say in Italian when you breathe together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been told that ensemble wise, we're very, yeah, together, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how long have you guys known each other? And how long have you guys been playing together?
So it's long story short,
Long story short.
because
Sure.
we're both from Venezuela.
Mhm.
And we met in Michigan in a summer music festival in Interlaken.
I know
And we were like,
Interlaken, but you were kids. You were
yeah,
like teenagers.
yeah,
Yeah.
this was like 10, 11 years ago.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, and we were like 12, 13. And she was already living in Costa Rica.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, my parents are moving to Costa Rica. I'm moving to Costa Rica from Venezuela. And
Oh,
she's like,
because you were in Venezuela up
"Are
to
you-"
that point. I didn't know.
Yeah,
Aha. So
yeah,
until you were like 14, what?
yeah. And until I was like 12,
Uh,
13, around that age. And then we're like, oh, we should, hang out when you get here, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I get to Costa Rica, I call her, and she's like, yeah, so where do you live? I was like, this part. And she's like, you're a block away,
nah.
literally walking distance. So yeah, she later left for a boarding school in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, well, the violin teacher here is a very renowned pedagogue. You should look into her if you are looking into, going out to the States to finish high school. And I was like, okay, let me apply. And so 2 years later, I went and I finished high school in the same high school. We didn't cross paths right there
Mm.
because she was 2 years older, or like she had just graduated. Um, and so then we, from time to time, would play with each other,
Okay.
but nothing serious until 2018.
Mm-hmm.
We would come back to Costa Rica and do like combined recitals with each other. And I think the first time that we really sat down and were like, yeah, like let's do this, let's play together, because we work really well together. We
Mm.
have a very nice dynamic. We like each other as people, as musicians. So
Yeah.
it's on really worked amazingly well. And I think, well, for what we do is the Duo Avila it's dedicated to um, performing and programming music by female composers and
Mm.
BIPOC. So it's Black, Indigenous, and people of color.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
'Cause
exciting. Cool.
honestly,
Yes.
yeah. I like called her one day. I was like, you know what I just realized? I realized that I've only played music by white old men my whole life.
Yeah, they were
And
old
she's
at
like,
some
you know
point.
what?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so it's something that we really are very passionate about, and we're just starting this journey, but it's been really great.
Yeah, you guys sound great, and you convince people to give you that beautiful hall to perform. So you're very charming, you're very
Thank you.
nice, and absolutely everybody should listen to you, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, you and your
yeah.
pianist, or yeah. Okay, so just connecting to that, because I do think it's all
Mhm.
connected. Part of the reason why I I follow you on social media, right? Part of the reason I do that is because I like the energy that you're putting out and kind of the messages that you're putting out, because I know for a fact that you've gone through a hard training, right? As in, it's not easy to
Mhm.
not just to play violin. Okay, sure, it's hard, but to go through that academy. From my experience, there's a lot of educate teachers, musicians, right, who don't know how to help you
Okay.
and might, just in the sense that they don't know.
There's
And you are very supportive, and I like that.
mhm.
And you share gladly
Yeah.
what you learn. And those are all great things. And I don't think it's a coincidence that now you want to expand your repertoire to a whole number of
Yeah.
people who've
Yeah.
been neglected by history
Yeah.
of classical Western music.
Yeah, I think there's so much that goes behind a classical music
Yeah.
education, right? It's not easy, of course. As well, I thought it was easy when I was like 8, right? But you learn, right, through experience. And I think that as much, I mean, all the knowledge that we are so privileged to get, right,
Yeah,
from our teachers and our schools, i I'm not jealous about that knowledge.
mm,
I would love for other people to like have it,
yeah,
because it's out there, and the more easy you make it for other people, the better,
for
I
sure.
think.
Especially
Yeah,
because you, just like me, realize how lucky we are. Not to say privileged,
yeah,
right? To have gotten it.
yeah,
You studied with Sally O'Reilly, who I've met, and she comes from that great school that we hear about, but she's there. And
yeah,
so you get that firsthand, just like I've gotten it firsthand from other people who've, met and worked with Ravel. You know what I mean? Or whose teachers,
yeah,
whatever. So there is that legacy, and it is true that sharing it, but then the question is how to share it, right? Because social media is a whole world on its own, and it's not necessarily made for sharing knowledge or violin
yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's
tips.
I think it's made for connecting, right? For connecting people with
You
each
think so?
other.
I thought it was
This
just for
whole
manipulating
social.
people into buying things.
Really? Well, yes, it's become so much like that.
uh,
Yeah,
but no, but we can use
definitely.
it any way we want, and you use it
Yeah.
in a good way, I think. And so I do want to show that clip that I watched from your YouTube channel that I thought was funny, because mm, one needs to be in that circle to really appreciate it, I feel. But it's pretty relatable, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
Do you want to say a couple words? Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the outfits
Yes.
video? Okay. Yes. So a couple of months ago, I thought of, well, decided a little bit to put a little bit more work into my YouTube channel. I really fell in love with video editing. I all kind of got obsessed with really finding out how, like, the inner workings that goes into films,
Uh,
trailers, all that, right? And how can you put it into YouTube at a small scale? And with all that, the content strategy, the content ideas, I really like those things, like making lists of like, what can I put out next week, right? But it's a lot of work. It every video would take me like 5 to 6 hours minimum to put together, on top of like practicing and stuff. So I haven't been putting them out lately because of school and the orchestra. But I really did enjoy making them, and honestly hearing from people that they had enjoyed watching my videos.
Yeah, I
and stuff.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So let's play it. This is
Okay.
Sofia as a video producer. Anything but violin playing. All right, let's play.
Como lo dice el título, este video se trata de diferentes outfits para conciertos de orquesta según la personalidad de la persona. Empecemos.
Okay.
El primer outfit son las chamas sencillas. A ellas les gusta estar cómodas y verse bien. Ella jura lo que puso el mínimo esfuerzo para vestirse para el concierto, tipo máximo 15-20 minutos. Para ella este es solo otro concierto de orquesta, no se sabe el orden de las piezas porque está confiando en que su compañero de atril se lo sepa. ¿A qué hora empieza el concierto?
Okay.
Outfit número 2, la fiestera. Las chamas que se visten así son multitaskers, o sea, ella va a ir a tocar al concierto de orquesta, pero júralo que apenas termine se va de fiesta. A ella no le importa mucho el código de vestimenta, pero tampoco le dicen nada porque la gente low-key le tiene miedo. ¿Qué le van a decir? ¿El vestido va por debajo de las rodillas? Ya se lo puso.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.
Outfit número 3, la elegante. Preciosa, icónica, esta chama estuvo como 2 horas viendo qué se iba a poner, más maquillaje y el peinado. Es el tipo de chama que entra a un lugar y todo el mundo se queda callado por lo put together que es. Los hombres quieren con ella y las chamas también. Es súper pana, pero también medio creída por toda la atención que le dan. Outfit número 4. Esta chama no le importa nada. Se ve increíble, elegante, pero con tal de ir bien, no le importa que se le baje el vestido en medio concierto por tener un jumper strapless. No te metas con ella porque pierdes. Ella exude badass vibes, pero también es approachable. Es de las que llegan 5 minutos antes del concierto, pero va y toca todas las notas. Ella también está preparada para la fiesta, pero le gustan los lugares como más high class para salir a tomar. Outfit número 5. Esta chama va por lo seguro, camisa y pantalón y listo. Clásico y no quiere meterse en problemas por el código de vestimenta. Puede que se crea un poco superior por acatar las reglas, y es de esos músicos que se sienten obligados a decirte algo cada vez que te equivocas. Claro, lo hace con la mejor de las intenciones, pero pana, a veces cae mal. Los dedos no dan siempre.
She's a Mona Lisa.
We're back. Okay, Sophia, this
We're
was
back.
funny. I laughed again, but funny in a good way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You got humor in you too. That's good. It's a good
Yeah.
skill. Yeah. But no, it is true what we're saying, or what you were telling me probably earlier before we even went on, that there are all of these skills that not only are necessary, but I think also me doing this show, that can also be fun. Yeah,
Yes. Oh.
so much more than
Oh.
just
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, you put it so well. Actually, I also thought about that. I was like, well, if I'm gonna start making these YouTube videos, it's actually I'm gonna gain more skills
Yes.
other than like lose anything. Yeah, all this that we're doing is actually like adding to what our value as musicians, as artists.
As
Because if
people, yeah.
anyone asks, yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. And even more in this like day and age of like social media,
As they say, for sure. For
they
sure.
say.
Yeah, no, they say day and age, yeah. It's a word I never really understood how to spell it. I really never understood. But then eventually I did, like yesterday. It's day
Ooh,
and age. I always thought it was
oh,
like
day and age.
D and age in this
So
DNA.
it's the day and age.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I never could quite grasp it. But anyway, so you're in the US. You have one more year of your master's program. Is that so?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did you manage to have a graduate recital this year that was like this? Did you do that?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
I actually just sent those videos.
Oh, those
The
the boulanger and what
yeah,
else?
I sent the beach sonata because we also recorded
Ah,
the beach violin
yes,
sonata
I
by
saw.
Amy Beach.
Amy
Amy Beach.
Beach. Yeah,
Oh, she's great. She's amazing. I think she has a piano concerto if you want to check it out.
I think she
Just
does.
saying.
Yes, 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 she
Yeah.
does. She does.
It's
And my friend Elisa, yeah, she talked to me about it. Yep.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was tough. Her sonata is it's a monster of a piece.
Yeah.
Um,
So all of
and
this, sorry, all of this is on your YouTube channel for people who are interested,
yes,
right?
yeah, it's the
Uh,
Duo Avila's YouTube channel.
Great. So we have linked all these so your Instagram, your YouTube channel, your Duo's YouTube channel on the
Yes.
description to this video, right? So for people to check it out, because unfortunately we have to cut short, as in we have to end it now. But it was very fun to talk to you, Sophia.
It was so fun to see you and talk to you.
And
We honestly hadn't seen each other since Italy,
since
just
then,
through
yes,
Instagram. Yeah.
yes, it's true. You're always welcome,
Well, thank you
back.
for having me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Costa Rica is one of those places that I have wanted to see because I hear
Mhm.
your country is like super green, but green also is in
It's
environmentally green.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. You should come visit,
Okay.
and we can play recitals together
Yes,
if that
in that
you
beautiful
know
hall. And
motivates you into coming. Yeah.
it will. Yes. Okay. Cool. Done.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
great.
Okay.
It's done. Set.
Set. We're doing it. Everybody, thank you for watching. Sofia Schutte was here with us. All of her socials are in the link in bio. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Yes. Be like
Luca is
Sophia.
great.
Subscribe to my channel. She subscribed to my
Yeah.
channel. And next week we are on with a pianist, my dear friend and brilliant pianist Elisa Puciano from Romania, and then so forth. Okay, Sophia, thank you again, and
You,
have a good day.
you too.
All
All
right,
right. Bye.
bye bye.
Thank you for having me.